Imagine for a moment, have you ever stopped to think about the impact that the combination of astrological signs can have on a family's destiny? Have you considered that, depending on your parents' signs, you might have been blessed with extraordinary luck? That perhaps these stars are not just distant symbols in the sky, but powerful cosmic forces that, when correctly aligned, can guarantee not only prosperity in your life, but also a legacy of success and wisdom for future generations. Now imagine if I told you that there are 4 zodiac signs with unique and mysterious power. When present in your family lineage, these signs not only attract good fortune, but also ensure that your family is marked by a tradition of success, prosperity, and harmony, and more. These same signs have the ability to make your children stand out in unique and exceptional ways, leaving an indelible mark on the world. With gratitude and love, I welcome you to this sacred space, where universal laws meet the wisdom of ancient traditions. May divine light and calm minds be present in your lives. Welcome to the Sabiduria Buddhiste Cristiana channel, a place where the millennia-old messages of Buddhist wisdom intertwine with Christian teachings, creating an enlightened path of understanding and transformation. Today, you are about to witness an extraordinary journey. Let's discover together which are these 4 special signs capable of shaping a family's destiny with the blessings of heaven and spirit. And if you think this is just about astrology, allow me to open your mind to an even greater mystery. Because Buddhist teachings speak of karma, of how our actions and choices reverberate through generations, and in Christianity, we see that trust in God can transform even the humblest of homes into a refuge of peace and prosperity. And it is in this union of these 2 forces that we find the key to a blessed family destiny. Before revealing the first sign, I want you to stop and think. What is the true essence of your family? Have you noticed how sometimes certain patterns of luck, difficulties, and even blessings seem to repeat themselves from generation to generation? What do you think is the true force behind this? Is it destiny, or perhaps a deeper connection with the universe? The wisdom we will share here is not just about the signs themselves, but about how these energies can be understood in a more spiritual and transcendental way, connecting the divine with the human. Now, if you are ready to discover which signs, when present in parents, create a cycle of luck and success that reverberates through generations, I want you to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with those you love. The content we will share here may not only change the way you see your own life, but also how you view your family's destiny. And believe me, what we're about to reveal goes beyond what you imagine. Do you have that feeling that you are about to discover something transformative, something that can change your way of living, believing, and seeing the world around you? That's exactly what we're about to do. And don't forget, the most powerful secret of all is kept for the end. I promise that at the end of this video, you will see how signs and spiritual wisdom can literally open doors to a prosperous and blessed life. Now, before we continue, I want you to reflect on this. What do you think your children will be like? What does astrology, spirituality, and ancestral wisdom have to say about their future? Ask yourself, are you prepared to pass on to future generations a legacy of success, peace, and prosperity? If your answer is yes, then continue with me and get ready to discover how all of this is possible. Buddhist wisdom speaks of how everything in the universe is connected by a network of cause and effect, the famous karma. Christianity teaches us that God places opportunities before us to achieve fulfillment and happiness. Now imagine the power of being aligned with these cosmic forces, the forces that unite Christian faith with the wisdom of an enlightened and peaceful path. Now get ready, because the journey you are about to begin can change not only your life, but also the history of your family and even future generations. So with that, let's begin the revelation of the signs that have the power to transform your life and that of your children forever. Stay with me until the end and discover the sign that will change the course of your family history. Now, let's begin the journey of discovery, starting with the first sign that, when present in the lives of parents, brings unique power to the luck and prosperity of the family: Leo. Leo is a sign ruled by the sun, and this already gives us a clue to the unmistakable power of this energy. The sun, as you know, is the source of all light, heat, and life in our solar system. Without the sun, nothing would exist. And that's exactly what Leo represents: a luminous, vibrant, and life-filled force. For your family, Leo is the guardian of confidence and authority. If the parents are Leos, the energy emanating from this sign guarantees a strong, welcoming home with an aura of natural respect and leadership. When Leo enters a family's life, what is established there is a true sanctuary of greatness and honor. Leo is not content with mediocrity. It is born to shine, to conquer, and to lead. Its warm and welcoming nature makes its children grow with the feeling that the world is theirs to conquer. This energy is reflected not only in personal life, but also in how the family deals with challenges. Children of Leo parents often find it easy to stand out in their fields of interest because they grew up in an environment where confidence and self-esteem are cultivated from day one. If you have Leo parents, or know someone who does, you've probably already noticed this characteristic of leadership and courage. But what few know is that this power does not come from simple willpower. Leo is intimately connected to the heart and soul. It is ruled by the energy of the sun, and for Buddhism, the sun is symbolically linked to the path of enlightenment. The path to truth in Buddhism is not easy. It requires courage, like the lion, which, by facing its own shadows, seeks clarity and truth. Thus, Leo parents teach their children that to achieve great things, a pure heart and a focused mind are necessary, like a warrior on their path to wisdom. In Christianity, Leo also has a profound representation. Jesus Christ, in various passages of the Bible, is described as the Lion of Judah. He symbolizes strength, leadership, and protection, but also reminds us that behind all this greatness, there is divine humility. True leadership does not come from arrogance, but from the ability to serve others with love and generosity. This is what Leo parents can teach their children, that true strength lies in leading with the heart, in being an example of virtue and trust in God. Divine trust is essential for success to materialize. And when Leo parents follow this path, they not only ensure that their children will be successful, but also that throughout their lives, they will face difficulties with an unbreakable strength. Let's reflect on this. Do you see yourself as a leader in your family? How could you incorporate this energy of loving leadership like the lion into your life? Ask yourself, what can you do to encourage your children to feel confident and capable of facing the world with courage? This is an energy that comes from the heart, and it is something that is learned every day. What we can learn from Leo is that luck does not come solely from external factors, but from an internal attitude. Leo teaches that life is a journey of self-confidence and respect, and that by cultivating these qualities, you and your family will be better prepared for the blessings the universe has to offer. Now, before we move on to the next sign, I want to know from you, have you ever seen yourself as someone who can lead their family, or do you feel you need to develop this energy more? What are the challenges you face in trusting yourself and those around you more? Share your reflections in the comments, as this is a conversation that can truly transform how we deal with our own spiritual and family leadership. If you have Leo parents or are a Leo, you know that strength comes from unity and trust. Now let's move on to the next sign, which also brings powerful energy, but with a different approach. Get ready, because the surprise is coming. Continues with the Taurus section, then Scorpio. The power of Scorpio lies in its ability to transcend limitations. In a Scorpio family, children may experience intense transformations, but these moments are always followed by a rebirth. In many cultures, the scorpion symbol is also associated with deep healing, like a physician who knows the secrets of the human soul. This directly reflects the Buddhist teaching that enlightenment is only possible after experiencing suffering and learning from it. Suffering is not seen as punishment, but as an opportunity for growth. Scorpio is the force that leads us to confront the darkness, and in doing so, allows us to discover the light within ourselves. For children of Scorpio parents, growing up in this environment can be challenging, but it's a path to unparalleled emotional strength and practical wisdom that never comes from shallow surfaces. Now, let's reflect on the deep connection Scorpio has with the Christian faith. For Christians, the path of Christ is marked by suffering and resurrection, and this parallel with the Scorpio sign is impossible to ignore. Just as Christ went through the cross and resurrected, Scorpio goes through the symbolic dying of parts of itself to be reborn, stronger and wiser. This rebirth process is something Scorpio parents transmit to their children, often without even realizing it. They teach that amidst pain, there is an opportunity for renewal, and that light always returns after darkness. This perspective is deeply Christian and Buddhist, as both philosophies share the understanding that suffering is a necessary part of the spiritual path, and that it must be embraced with faith and patience. In many Scorpio families, traditions can be passed down through generations with a focus on overcoming challenges. What Scorpios teach us is that true family fortune comes from the ability to grow with challenges, not avoid them. When a Scorpio is confronted with an obstacle, they don't give up. They face it head-on, transform it, and move forward. This approach to life is incredible for families, as it inspires courage and strength in future generations. Now, let's think about this. Have you ever experienced a moment of great suffering, but found the strength to transform and grow from it? If so, perhaps you are more aligned with the Scorpio energy than you realize. What are the rebirths you need to go through to achieve true peace and prosperity in your life? If you have Scorpio parents, or if you are a Scorpio yourself, know that this continuous transformation is a gift that reflects a strong, resilient, and purposeful family. Scorpio, at its core, teaches us that true transformation comes from within, and that fortune, in many cases, is built through overcoming difficult moments with courage. The key to understanding Scorpio is that transformation is never easy, but it always brings a reward that only those who have gone through it can fully comprehend. What can you do to transform your current difficulties into a source of wisdom and growth? How can you use Scorpio energy to make your family stronger, more resilient, and more united? And now, last but not least, let's end this journey with a sign that brings with it an energy of optimism and new opportunities. Get ready to discover how it can complete the picture of families with fortune and tradition. Now let's enter the final part of this cycle of discoveries, where the fourth sign brings a renewing, optimistic energy, full of potential for the whole family. This sign can be the true catalyst for a bright and hopeful future, completing the image of family fortune and tradition. We've reached the final sign of this mystical and profound journey, where Sagittarius parents play a crucial role in creating a family environment illuminated by the light of optimism, adventure, and unwavering faith. Sagittarius is the archetype of the explorer, the visionary, the one who sees beyond the limitations of the present and looks to the future with complete confidence. This sign, ruled by Jupiter, the planet of expansion and fortune, teaches us to have a broader view of life, to seek wisdom through experience, and to believe that the best is yet to come. Sagittarius parents are often those who offer their family a vast horizon of possibilities. They are the ones who encourage their children to think big, to explore the unknown, and to overcome the limitations imposed by society or circumstances. In the Sagittarius home, the future is seen with bright and hopeful eyes. Sagittarius brings to the family the energy of always looking forward, never being discouraged by the difficulties of the present moment. They teach that life is a journey that must be lived with courage and vision, and that each step taken towards the unknown can bring valuable learning. But what makes Sagittarius so powerful in a spiritual context? In terms of Buddhist teachings, this sign aligns with the search for liberation and inner truth. Buddhism teaches that to achieve true peace, we need to expand our consciousness, step outside our comfort zones, and seek universal wisdom. Sagittarius is the seeker of truth, the one who, like the Buddha, moves away from ignorance and seeks enlightenment through direct experience. Sagittarius parents are those who motivate their children not to settle for superficial answers, to dig deeper, to question the world around them, and most importantly, to be courageous in their own spiritual journeys. In Christianity, this Sagittarius energy can be seen in the figure of the apostles, who were travelers and preachers, spreading the word of God to all corners of the world. Saint Paul, for example, exemplifies the true Sagittarius journey. He traveled tirelessly, bringing the Christian faith to unknown lands and facing countless challenges. The faith of Sagittarius is unwavering, as they believe divine fortune is on their side, regardless of adversity. St. Paul not only preached the word, but lived with the certainty that the mission of spreading the truth was worth any sacrifice. For him, the vision of the future, the divine mission of spreading God's word, was more important than any obstacle he might face along the way. And here's the great connection between Sagittarius and Christian wisdom. For both Sagittarius and Christians, the journey of life is about seeking a greater purpose, something that transcends the daily difficulties. Sagittarius teaches us not to give up, to have a broad view of the world, and above all, to maintain faith that each step brings us closer to something greater and more enlightened. They are not afraid to move forward, and that's what transmits so much confidence and optimism to their families. They know that regardless of obstacles, the future is full of opportunities for growth and expansion. If you have Sagittarius parents, or if you are the one who brings this energy to your family, you already know how revolutionary this worldview can be. Children of Sagittarius parents grow up with unwavering confidence that anything is possible. For them, there are no limits, only opportunities to explore, learn, and expand. These children learn early on that failure is not the end, but simply an opportunity to try again with more wisdom. Now let's reflect. What is holding you back from looking towards the future with more hope and confidence? Have you believed enough in your own abilities and the fortune within your reach? Sagittarius teaches us that to prosper and create a legacy of good fortune and success, it is essential to believe in the possibility of what is yet to come. Your faith in the future can be the key to unlocking a wealth of opportunities. And in doing so, you not only change your own life, but also transmit this faith and optimism to future generations. The Sagittarius energy, like the other three signs we've discussed, brings a unique vitality, a sense of direction and expansion to the family that transcends everyday difficulties and offers a brighter future filled with possibilities. Sagittarius parents not only teach their children to live with courage, but inspire them to reach for the stars, dream big, and believe that there are no limits to what they can achieve. When looking at your family, take a moment to consider, how can you inspire your children to venture on new journeys, to live with more confidence, and to believe in the potential for growth that exists within each of them? What can you do to infuse your family with the same faith, courage, and optimism that Sagittarius brings to the world? Now, we reach the end of this profound and transformative journey. What did you think of the lessons of the four signs? How can you apply these energies to your own life and your family? Let us know in the comments, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, take the opportunity to subscribe, like, and share this content with those you believe can benefit from these teachings. May Buddhist and Christian wisdom continue to guide us all on our journey of growth and transformation.